Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I typically do. I've kind of strayed away from making like tutorial based videos and I don't know, basically the videos that like provide information. However, every single time I post a realistic roleplay video, I receive hundreds and hundreds of questions asking what video editor do I use, what Reshade presets do I use, how do I download Reshade, blah blah blah. Like there's literally just a million questions that I will get when posting those videos, which is perfectly fine. Everyone can ask as many questions as they need. I'm happy to answer. But I also have a lot of people specifically request that I make a series about how to film realistic roleplays. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to do this just because there's already so many videos out there about like the best way to make roleplays, and in my opinion there really is no right or wrong way to make roleplays. I think it is something that everyone can be creative with and do whatever they want, but this is just how I do it. I think I'm gonna turn this into like kind of like a mini series. I was bored and so I kind of felt like making a quick video, and I'm going to be addressing all things Reshade in this video. There are plenty of videos on YouTube that might provide different information or outdated information than what I'm going to tell you. The thing with Reshade is that it's constantly updating, and so they'll release new versions of Reshade pretty much every month, to be completely honest with you. So this video might not be completely accurate in a few months, but at the same time there's a lot of Star Stable videos that address how to download Reshade. They're all very similar, it's just that some of them are outdated. This is just the way that I did it and the way that I was able to get it to work for me. So yeah, let's just jump right in. The first thing that I'm going to address is the fact that Reshade does not always work. When I first downloaded Reshade, I struggled a lot because I couldn't figure out how to get Reshade to like properly work on my computer, and there were a few reasons why. The most common thing that somebody tries to do when downloading Reshade onto Star Stable is they'll try to download it onto a Mac laptop or a Mac whatever it is. Reshade does not work with Macintosh products. A lot of people don't understand that, but unfortunately if you don't have a Windows computer or a PC, a Windows PC, then Reshade is not going to work for you. Reshade isn't completely necessary to make good realistic roleplay videos. I think it's just something it's really just something that I'm able to use to express myself. Reshade is something that's just used to help enhance the game and make it look a little bit prettier. It is not necessary to make videos. So don't be too disappointed if you're unable to use Reshade or like download it onto your laptop, because you can make videos regardless, okay? Let's get that out of the way. That's the quick disclaimer. Reshade is kind of an intense program that is going onto your computer. It is completely safe, and so you don't have to be worried about downloading a virus or anything like that. I had an Acer Windows laptop thing. My computer could only handle so much, and so as a result, I couldn't get like the blurred background to work. I was only able to get a few filters that was able to work. But that's the other thing you have to consider with Reshade is I recently purchased a PC from my brother that is a very nice high quality PC, and even this thing kind of struggles sometimes to have Reshade work. Sometimes it's too much for my computer to handle, and so the blurred background won't work as well as it's supposed to. With that being said, let's jump in. This is what my game looks like when I have a Reshade preset on. This is my game when I don't have my Reshade preset on. Obviously, two very different things. I really like my game to be very bright and cheery and just like intense colors. Some people don't like this, but me personally, I kind of enjoy the way that my character looks. It looks a little bit more realistic and it really makes my eyes stand out. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to come down here and open Google Chrome. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to type in reshade.me. I will also have a link to this website in my description box down below. But it's going to take you to a website that looks something like this. Or always be careful on websites like this, just because you want to be careful that you aren't clicking anything that is an advertisement or anything that could potentially be harmful to your computer. Starting from this point in time, you're going to want to scroll all the way down to the bottom until you can't anymore, and this is where you're going to find the most recent version of Reshade. As you can see, they're on version 5.8.0, which was released in early April. Obviously it's May right now, but we're just gonna go with this one. From this point, it should download into this little Dropbox. Go ahead and click open. You're going to receive a screen that looks something like this. Obviously, since I have Red Dead Redemption 2 downloaded, it's going to give me that as an option. But we're trying to stick this in Star Stable and it's not an option. Don't worry, you're just going to go down here and click Browse. And you have to find the Star Stable Online setup in your computer. Every person's computer is different, but typically what I like to do is go to this PC, find your driver, Program Files x86, scroll down, Star Stable Online. Now this part is very important because it does matter what you click. We're going to click inside Client, SSO Client, Open. You have to find the client folder for Star Stable Online, otherwise this process will not work. Go ahead and click Next. OpenGL is the program processor that Star Stable uses, so if this isn't already selected, be sure to click OpenGL. We're not going to be using this page, so once again, you're just going to click Next. On this page, you're going to find all the basic Reshade presets that are already pre-downloaded. So what I'm going to do is click Uncheck and Check All to get all the basic presets downloaded. That way they're available for us to use. It's going to load for quite a second, and then it's going to say that Reshade was successfully installed. From this point on, you can click Finish. I'm going to actually log out of Star Stable Online. That way everything is given a chance to restart and re-download. I'm going to reopen Star Stable Online and log in. As Star Stable is booting up, if you see that top bar, that means that you successfully downloaded Reshade onto Star Stable Online. Since I've already had Reshade downloaded onto my computer, it's not going to give me the same tutorial that you will. In order to access the home page on Reshade, you have to press the home key on your keyboard. Once you do that, it will take you through a tutorial. Like I said, I've already done the tutorial, and so it's not going to ask me to do anything. This top bar is going to show me all the different presets that I have downloaded. You're probably only going to have these top 4 downloaded because these are the basic presets that come with Reshade. All these ones from then on are ones that I've downloaded and or made myself. The first thing that I'm going to do when I open my Reshade is go to Settings and change the effect toggle key. I already have it set to the letter Q just because it's easier for me to access. The reason for this is because Q is how I turn on and off Reshade with ease. You can do whichever key you feel comfortable with, but I decided to pick Q. For the sake of today's tutorial, I'm going to be creating a new preset and showing all of you my favorite filters that I like to use. Now everything is completely blank because I do not have any filters selected. You're welcome to go through and play with all these different filters to see what you like. Some of them are a little bit strange and kind of fun to play with. We already have our settings effect toggle key selected. You're going to want to make sure that your Reshade presets are turned on, otherwise you won't be able to see what you're doing. In order to tell if your Reshade preset is on, you'll see this up here that says effects are disabled. Press Q to enable them again. This means that my Reshade preset is turned off. I'm going to press Q again, and now I can tell that they're on. Before I forget to mention, when you're working with Reshade, there's certain presets that won't work based on your Star Stable settings. I'm going to open Settings and I'm going to go into Graphics. In order for Reshade to work, you cannot have this anti-aliasing thing checked off. This in Star Stable is basically something that what I'm talking about is if you notice on the top of my head, this is with anti-aliasing on, this is with it off. Those harsh pixels are kind of annoying, and so Star Stable added this feature in so that everything was kind of smoothed out. However, you cannot have this on when Reshade is working. There is a filter built into Reshade that can help with this, which is what we're going to turn on. The other thing that you can't have on is this vertical sync thingy. I don't quite remember why you can't have it on, but you're just supposed to have this unchecked. Basically, make sure your settings pretty much match mine. You can have shadows on and you can have reflections on if your computer can handle it. If you have a PC that cannot quite handle the intense program like Reshade, then you might want to turn off your reflections and your shadows. That way Reshade is able to work a little bit better. With the filter that I regularly use, I have SMAA, Technicolor, Levels, ADOF, Clarity, Curves, Filmic Pass, FXAA, which is that smoothing one, MXAO, which adds the shadows. You're welcome to take a screenshot of the presets that I have selected if you like this particular filter. Otherwise, you are welcome to go through and mess with it as much as you would like. For those of you that don't feel like making your own presets, you can always go around and find other people's Reshade presets. They're pretty easy to find on Instagram, or you can Google them around. The person that I really like the Reshade presets is the Rain Sunbelt. They've got some pretty good presets, and I will leave a link to this website down below. That way you can kind of have a look and see what you like and what you don't like. The conclusion is that is how you download Reshade. If you do all the steps correctly, then it isn't that hard of a program to get onto your computer. The main thing that a lot of people were struggling with is the fact that their computers weren't strong enough to handle the program. They were trying to download it onto a Mac, and they weren't selecting SSO client. Hopefully this tutorial was somewhat helpful. If you have any questions, you are welcome to leave them in the comment section down below, and I will try my best to answer them. Let me know if you guys like this type of video. It was a little bit chaotic and unplanned just because I was kind of bored and felt like filming a video, to be completely honest with you, but that's totally fine. It is what it is. If you enjoyed this type of video and want to see more realistic roleplay tutorials in the future, be sure to give it a like and comment down below asking what kind of realistic roleplay videos you would like to see in the future. Like I said, I'm hoping to turn this into a kind of a mini series where I'll post tutorials about how I make my realistic roleplays. So if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe. And with that being said, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!